Welcome to this video from the University of Reading Library on literature searching, tips and tricks to help you create a comprehensive search. Our first tip is not to just type in your whole title with all the linking words. So to demonstrate this, I've typed in the topic, the role of women in farming in Africa on the Web of Science database. If I run that search, I get 784 results. If I go back to my search and instead concentrate on the keywords, so if we pick out the keywords in my topic, so women and farming and Africa, and I'm using the first search operator we're covering today, the AND search operator, in between those search words to tell the database I want to find articles containing all of those words. You can see that just changing that, making those simple changes to my search has boosted the number considerably, ensuring I don't miss something potentially relevant because I typed in my whole title. Our second tip is about exploring your keywords, because the words that you've used in your title may not be the words people have used who are writing on this topic, so think laterally to expand your search. So looking at my keywords, I've picked out some alternatives, even just simple things like singular and plural forms of words, such as women and woman. I've thought more broadly as well, so I might want to include gender. For farming, I might want to include agriculture or the phrase agricultural development. And for Africa, maybe specific countries in Africa, but every topic is different. And one thing that's quite useful to do is do what's called a scoping search on a database. Just try your basic keywords and use the results to help you come up with extra alternatives to make your search as comprehensive as possible. Tip 3 is to use something called truncation. And this allows you to pick up different word endings without having to type in all the alternative words. So in my example, I had farm or farms or farming as possible words for that sort of concept. So all I need to do to use truncation is go back to the stem of those words, so farm, and put an asterisk at the end, and that will pick up all the different word endings, all the different words that could begin with farm. In the same way, I could put an asterisk on Africa, and that will then pick up African as well. So if I run my search now, you can see it's added about another 2,000 results, which means I'm including things that I might have missed otherwise by not using those different forms of words. Tip 4 is to use the search operator OR to include alternatives in your search. So I had more alternative words than truncation is allowing me to include. So to add those into my search, I type them in with the search operator OR in between them. So women or woman or gender. The key thing to remember if you're using OR is to enclose that set of alternatives in brackets, and that will ensure your search gets processed correctly. So OR does the opposite job to the AND search operator. So the more words you add with OR, the higher the number of results you will get. So I just add in my other alternatives. So for my farming group of words, I had or agriculture or agricultural development. And one other tip just to throw in here is where you've got words that you'd like to find next to one another, so they're a phrase like agricultural development, if you put a set of quotes, double quotes, that's Shift and 2 on most keyboards, around that phrase, it will make the database search for those words next to one another and increase the relevance of your results. So finally, I'm going to add in my alternative countries for Africa, so specific countries I wanted to include, so Kenya, for example, Nigeria. And you can add as many alternatives as you wish. And just close that set of brackets. So I've now typed in all my possible alternatives for each of the keywords, the elements of my search. And when I run that search, you can see it's just about trebled the number of results. So by making sure you think about those alternative words and including those in your search, it makes sure that your search is as comprehensive as possible. Once you've finalised your search strategy and you've run it on your database, you might be faced with quite a large number of results. So have a look at the refine or limiting options available on your database, and they're usually listed down the left-hand side. So looking at the ones available on the Web of Science, specifically very useful ones to look out for are things like publication years. So you could limit to just the most recent research. So that's reduced the number about 2/3. Another one to look for is the document type. So the Web of Science covers a wide range of different document types, and you might decide you just want to focus in on the published articles. If you're starting out on a topic, Web of Science allows you to restrict to review articles, so they will be summarising the existing primary literature on a topic. So you can do that just by selecting that particular type. What's quite nice on the Web of Science as well is that you can exclude. So if you decided, actually, I don't want the review articles in my results, you can use the exclude option. So you're only viewing the primary research articles. So explore the limits on your database. There will be other useful ones like languages, but they do vary a lot. So get to know your database and make the most of it. So here are our top tips summarised. Pick out your keywords, don't type in your whole title. If you have phrases in your search words, use quotation marks around them. Use truncation to find alternative word endings. Use the AND search operator to narrow your search. The more words you include with AND between your keywords, the fewer number of results you will get. Opposite to that is to use the OR search operator to include all those alternatives in your search. But make sure, if you use OR, that you enclose those sets of alternatives in brackets to ensure your search is processed correctly. Those are the key techniques you need to know about, but there are more expert ways of searching on databases which you may need to explore. Things such as wildcards for including variant spellings. Proximity operators do a similar job to quotation marks but are a bit looser. There may be specialist ways of searching on your databases using thesauri or subject headings. Use the help within the database you're using to find out more and become an expert searcher. If you need help with your search, talk to your own in-house expert. Your academic liaison librarian for your school or department is an expert searcher and can help you. You will find the contact details on the library website. Thank you for watching this video and good luck with your search.